An 83-year-old man has become the oldest person ever to hike the Appalachian Trail. The man dedicated the walk to his wife, who died a few miles back. Oh, man. Popeye's Chicken announced that they're bringing back Cajun-style turkeys for Thanksgiving. It's a rare piece of good news for people who spend Thanksgiving at Popeye's. It was announced that Harrison Ford will return for a fifth Indiana Jones movie. Unfortunately, it's called Indiana Jones and the Tomb of the Jamaican Nurse. I'm sorry.
McDonald's announced that for a limited time, it's bringing back its spicy chicken McNuggets and mighty hot sauce, because there's never been a better time to breathe heavily and lick your fingers.
And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with this election. The tension is just killing me. I don't know what this world's going to be after Tuesday. I may never see you again, Colin. I mean, we might both get drafted in the race war. It's not fair. You just married Scarlett Johansson, and I just bought an electric bike. We're both doing equally great. I feel like the band on the Titanic. Everything's just going bad, and I'm up here trying to do jokes like, hey, did you hear the one about the curve? Now he's showing up to events in sweatpants and orthopedic sneakers, listening to Kenny G and trying to get black people to like Trump. It's like, how long before this guy changed his name to Kathy? Now, you might think that I'm crazy, but about 5 years ago, there was a fella named Bruce Jenner, and he moved to Calabasas.
A genetic engineering company has announced plans to bring back the long-extinct dodo bird, but only for a limited time at Arby's.
We have the dodo.
I'll do the first one.
Maxwell House Coffee temporarily changed its name to Maxwell Apartment to better reflect current times. Though it's much better than their first choice, Ghislaine Maxwell House. Came up so early. As this year's awards season gets underway, there's growing movement to get rid of the gendered categories of Best Actor and Best Actress, and instead call them Best Actor and Best Actor who got paid less. In a speech after annexing sections of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin attacked the U.S. for Satanism and denounced the many genders in fashion in the West. It was a hateful, unhinged speech which has many Americans calling him electable. Qantas has announced plans for a new direct flight from New York to Australia that will take 19 hours. Not to be outdone, Spirit Airlines announced a new flight from New York to Philadelphia that will also take 19 hours. Dunkin' has announced a new beverage called the Shamrock Macchiato, which combines espresso, vanilla, and Irish cream. It's the festive, sugary drink that will have you saying top o' the morning and losing the bottom o' your leg. Republican Senator Tom Cotton, who wants everyone to cool it with the long neck jokes, said he believes Supreme Court Justice Jackson would have defended the Nazis. Worse, he meant it as a compliment.
So you did get that one. Colin Kaepernick revealed that he has maintained his 5 a.m. training regimen in case he gets called back up to the NFL. But the Giants are still going to stick with their current quarterback, a scarecrow on a Roomba. A new report shows that female doctors over the course of their careers make $2 million less than men. Oh, that's just not right. I mean, female doctors? After CNN fired Chris Cuomo, it was revealed that the former anchor has been accused of sexual misconduct just like his older brother. Well, those two are quite a pair, said Cuomo to a female coworker. Researchers in Nova Scotia have found a 50-year-old great white shark that they're calling Queen of the Ocean because he gay as hell. Drake has released a line of scented candles that smell like him. And unfortunately, so has DJ Khaled. Democrat Terry McAuliffe lost to Republican Glenn Youngkin in the Virginia governor's race. But on the bright side, losers from Virginia usually get a statue.
Well, just like too much. Well, just like everybody else, President Biden's New Year's resolutions fell apart in the third week of January. The Supreme Court struck down his vaccine mandate, the voting rights bill got blocked, and his approval rating is so low it's gone into power save mode. But I will point out there was another president who had a disastrous start to his first term, yet he became an inspiration to generations of Republicans even to this day. I'm talking, of course, about Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederacy. And there are still statues of him in 10 different states, which, come to think of it, probably explains why the voting rights stuff isn't working out. The bottom line is, I think Biden just needs more time. He might be more of an acquired taste. Unfortunately, most Americans recently lost their sense of taste.
President Biden gave a speech in Atlanta where he called on the Senate to pass 2 voting rights bills, saying, "I am tired of being quiet." And to prove it, he took a 20-minute standing nap. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, seen here losing the battle with his breakfast burrito, criticized President Biden's speech on voting rights, calling it beneath his office. Coincidentally, beneath his office is also where McConnell buries the homeless men he hunts for sport.
Fun fact. Republicans are being criticized for blocking the voting rights bill, but of course Republicans don't want voting rights because if voting was fair, they'd lose. It's the same reason I keep my basketball hoop lowered to 8 feet. Because with the help of a small ladder, I can dunk. But if there's any silver lining to voter suppression, it's that we'll never have to hear Republicans try to appeal to black voters. Because no one wants to hear Ted Cruz say for shizzle. Frankly, no one wants to hear me say it either, but it's too late. It's already a gift.
Leader of the Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, has been arrested and charged with seditious conspiracy in connection with the January 6th attack. But I don't know. He looks pretty remorseful. Hopefully he can patch things up. No, that wasn't an eye joke. I was being genuine. Rhodes is being accused of messaging his right-wing group with instructions on how to use force to attack the Capitol. Authorities knew the messages were from Rhodes because they all began with "Dar, matey." That's not what that was. That wasn't an eye joke.
It wasn't an eye joke.
No, it wasn't an eye joke.
During a Senate committee hearing, Dr. Anthony Fauci was heard on a hot mic calling Senator Roger Marshall a moron. Replied Marshall, "Hey, what's that word mean?"
Pope Francis said this week that getting vaccinated against COVID is a moral obligation, especially since priests work so closely with kids. That wasn't an eye joke, I swear.
Delta Airlines said that this winter's COVID surge cost them more than $400 million in canceled flights after 8,000 employees caught coronavirus, which would never happen to Spirit Airlines employees because when you fly Spirit, they keep the windows open. Robert Durst, the New York real estate heir who murdered his friend and dismembered his neighbor, has died in prison. Durst will be remembered as New York's 4th worst real estate heir.
The late Maya Angelou has become the first black woman featured on The Quarter, which is not what black people mean when we demand change.
Google is claiming that Apple's practice of using blue bubbles in their iMessage app to highlight other Apple users leads to peer pressure and bullying of Android users. While Apple says Android users could easily solve the problem by not being so dumb and poor. Prince Andrew, who faces charges of sexual abuse, has been stripped of his royal duties by Queen Elizabeth. It's an unprecedented case of an adult stripping Prince Andrew.
You have me at royal duties. Domino's is reducing the number of chicken wings included in their meals, and I really wish I'd known that before I had my delivery guy fired for stealing.
A man in Virginia is being called the greatest Uber driver ever after he and his teenage passenger got stuck in a snowstorm and he got a hotel room so she would be safe. Coincidentally, the worst Uber driver ever also brought his teenage passenger to a hotel room.
A lesbian bar in New York City is now offering on-site COVID tests for customers. They plan to use a much less invasive technique where they sort of just grind around the outside.
Taco Bell, well, this is a terrible transition. Oh, God. Taco Bell has introduced a subscription service that lets users get one taco every day for $10 a month, which kind of sounds like an insult in a rap battle. This bitch so fat, he got a subscription to tacos. President Biden marked the end of his first year in office with a 2-hour press conference, because that's how long it took to list everything that's gone wrong. It was actually the longest presidential press conference in history, but as I have been told many times before, just because you went for a long time doesn't mean you did a good job.
Senate Republicans lined up to shake Kristen Sinema's hand after she voted against changing the filibuster to pass voting rights. The U.S. Senate, keeping black folks down with a quiet handshake since 1787. Senator Bernie Sanders suggested that he supports replacing fellow Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. Damn, Bernie, stabbing your own co-workers in the back? That's unforgivable. I would never suggest Colin should be fired, no matter how much better I think Bowen would be.
Several Trump White House staff members told the January 6th committee that if Trump made an unscripted statement in the middle of the attack, he would have made the situation worse. And I think that's a pretty sound argument. No one has ever been like, you know who would be perfect to de-escalate this situation? Donald Trump. Like, if he was trying to talk someone off a ledge, he'd be like, don't jump, even though your wife left you like a dog. And this would be the perfect way to get back at her.
On his first day in office, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin signed an executive order banning the teaching of critical race theory, which really isn't that surprising coming from a guy who dresses like Leo in Django Unchained. A new study shows that the COVID vaccine does not cause infertility in men or women. Damn it, why did I get this?
This week, Britain's most eligible bachelor, Prince Andrew, officially deleted his Twitter account after he realized that's not the app with all the dancing teenagers. M&M's announced that they've redesigned their iconic M&M characters after people requested that the brown M&M not look like a teacher who has sex with her students.
In a new documentary, an ex-girlfriend of Prince Andrew describes Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell as Batman and Robin. Come on, what does Batman and Robin have in common with a billionaire that grooms teenagers?
Gen Z icon Kyle Rittenhouse is petitioning the court for the return of his rifle so he can destroy it. I don't know, careful, Kyle. Trying to get your memorabilia back is how they finally got OJ. In a new interview, Bono reveals that he never liked the name U2, adding, I also kind of hate Ireland.
Actor Jon Voight recently released a video claiming that Abraham Lincoln's spirit was guiding Donald Trump. Hopefully not to a theater.
A longtime director of Wheel of Fortune has died at the age of 92. Said Wheel of Fortune viewers, wow, so young. Amazon announced that their new Lord of the Rings TV series will be called Rings of Power, though I'm personally more excited for the spin-off Gollum in Paris.
Officials in Hong Kong announced that after some hamsters in a pet store tested positive for COVID, they had to kill more than 2,000 of the pets. Okay, but they didn't have to do it in front of the class. Yeah.
A man in Canada stole an $8,000 guitar by hiding it in his pants. Police caught the man when he got an erection, and it sounded like this.
Scientists have trained a goldfish to drive a car. They believe it's the first step to eventually training women.
Dwayne Johnson said that a skull of a T-Rex seen behind him during a recent interview was a replica and not the real thing. Johnson also said it's just a coincidence that his diet calls for 1,000 pounds of dinosaur meat a day.
The oldest living person in the United States died this week at the age of 115. It's a powerful reminder to always test your cocaine for fentanyl.
Well, the stock market is plummeting, and there's a threat of a land war in Europe. So it looks like Democrats were right. Joe Biden is the next FDR. President Biden is working to prevent a war between Russia and Ukraine and said a video call with European allies went, quote, very, very, very well. Okay, the third very worries me. You only say that when you're trying to cover up something. Like if Matt Gaetz said, that girl was very, very, very over 18. Ukrainian officials are saying the repeated warnings of invasion are just causing panic, and that panic is the sister of failure, which is exactly what Lauren said to get us to do this show during a blizzard. Also, am I wrong? I thought Ivanka was the sister of failure.
Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer announced that he will retire in June. We thank Justice Breyer for years of upholding the rights of every American, said liberals who have been tweeting, retire, bitch, for the last year. I sympathize with Breyer because I get those same tweets every Saturday night around this time. President Biden promised to nominate the first black woman to the Supreme Court, but I hope it's not because he wants to sniff a new type of hair. That's why I get those tweets. Senator Mitch McConnell, seen here learning that Betty White has died, warned President Biden not to outsource his choice for the Supreme Court to the, quote, radical left. Coincidentally, a radical left is also what McConnell takes to purposely run over stray dogs.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin has set up a hotline for parents to report schools they believe are teaching critical race theory. Damn, you know you're racist when you call the cops about a black character in a book. Yeah, hi, I'd like to report a suspicious black man rafting with a young white hostage.
President Biden on Friday traveled to Pittsburgh and promised to rebuild a collapsed bridge using funds from his infrastructure bill, while Republicans feel the bridge should just lift itself up by its bootstraps.
A new report shows that last year the U.S. economy grew at its fastest rate since Ronald Reagan was president. Biden has even started using Reagan's old catchphrase, where am I?
It's good.
3 items put up for auction by Melania Trump failed to reach the opening bid of $250,000. But Melania is no stranger to finding out something isn't worth as much as she thought. Peloton is concerned after the TV show Billions became the second series in recent weeks to show a character having a heart attack while using their exercise bike. And they're extremely worried about how they factor into season 2 of Squid Game.
Items from the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg's personal library are being auctioned off. They're selling the books and the desk, but to honor Ginsburg's legacy, they're going to hang on to the seat for way longer than they should. The horse that yeah, I'll put on the glasses for this one. The horse that played Seabiscuit in the 2003 film has died at the age of 24. So let's pour one out for a legend. Go to bed. I don't know.
The creator of Full House is selling his Beverly Hills mansion, which was built on the site of a Manson family murder. Wow, it is crazy to think that house has connections to a sick, twisted criminal. I'm sure she's fine. McDonald's has introduced a new sandwich that combines beef, fish, and chicken that they're calling the Land, Air, and Sea. Wait, is air the chicken? Does McDonald's think chickens fly? Or do they think this is a chicken?
A new study of female bottlenose dolphins suggests that their clitoris can experience pleasure during sexual stimulation, but sadly, their fins can't reach.
It was announced.
Do you get it?
Yeah, it was announced. It was announced that Mountain Dew's Baja Blast is being converted into a new alcoholic seltzer, which is then being converted into your third DUI.